I believe Jesus Christ was black, and the mainstream is trying to hide that information. And here are the verses that lead me to believe that he was black. This is Revelation chapter 1, verses 13 through. This is John speaking. John was an apostle of Jesus Christ, and he's having a vision on an island, okay? And he's saying, and in the middle of the lampstands, I saw one like a son of man, clothed in a robe reaching to the feet, and girt across his chest with a golden sash. His head and his hair were white, like white wool, like snow, and his eyes were like a flame of fire, and his feet were like burnished bronze. The reason why I think Jesus is black is because of this part, burnished bronze.
Yes, my people. White people, why are you all getting so upset when you hear that Jesus is black? And for 2,000 years, black people have been accepting, most of them have been accepting your lies that Jesus is white. And they accepted this white Jesus for so many years. But now, it's not a black man that put it out, that showed the paintings, that Jesus is black and the Israelites and whosoever else is black. It's a white man. Putin is what? A black or a white man? It's not a white man showed us finally that Jesus is white. So why are you all getting so upset and texting and carrying on as if it's black people racist? Is you racist? I curse my own when they are wrong. Martin Luther King tell you that don't condone with the wrongs of your own race. If you watch my videos, look in my profile, I curse my own black people.
Putin Vladimir decided that this is a good time for him to open one of the oldest vaults that he has been holding on for so many years. Now, if you ask me where did he get the vault, I don't know. Why did he have it? I have no idea. But what I'm gonna say is this: it's one of the oldest vaults that holds basically some of like the most important, art as far as portraying to religion and who Jesus was and how Jesus looked like. So he decided that this is a good time to open it. Mr. Putin. Let me tell you why this is going to rough up some feathers, especially in the religion community and in the Christianity community. You're trying to tell a group of people that their Jesus was not black.
And don't you black people ever forget one thing. The man that helped Jesus carry that cross was a black man. And don't ever forget another thing. Jesus belongs to Africa as much as he does to Europe and Asia. He was born in that part of the world that touches Africa and Asia and Europe, and Jesus was not a white man like me, nor was he as black as some of you. We don't know what the color of his skin, but it must have been a dark color like the people of his day, because he was a man like them. Don't ever say it's a white man's religion or a black man's religion. It's a world religion. He belongs to the world.
Jesus was African. Oh, but what? He was... he was African?
No, absolutely. It's based on the description in the Bible. He definitely wasn't a white man.
But what was he doing? What was he doing? Why were people so mad? Why was he killed? It make you think, he's on the cross, he died for our sins. No, man, he was challenging the white power structure. He was challenging white supremacy, and he was waking up people. And he created a system of self-reliance.
He did.
So he became an enemy to the white man as a black man. But you say Jesus not even knowing, you talking about yourself.
Yeah, I definitely knew Jesus wasn't a white man, 100%.
Yeah. But you didn't know he was an African fighting for African power.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping that you're all doing well today. Welcome to the channel. So, guys, I feel like I'm gonna give like a little bit of my story, because when we were growing up, guys, I could see the picture of Jesus, on the wall, and this Jesus was white. This picture of Jesus was just a picture of a white person. And to my own opinion, I feel like when people know that if you know the truth, you are going to do some things contrary to what they want you to believe in. So first of all, let us speak about religion. Religion existed in Africa even before colonization. And African had this way of worshiping whereby we normally have something called the Mugumo tree. It's a really big tree. So people used to gather, under the tree, and then they worship, they pray. In the case where maybe they need rain, they will do such things. They just pray to God and all that. So they had their own faith. But then again, this person, the white person who crossed the ocean, mountain, and rivers, came to Africa, and they weren't really pleased with how Africans were worshiping. It wasn't something that they were pleased about. So they had their own way, whereby they introduced now a different type of religion. And guys, you know what I'm telling you is, when people know that if you find the truth about something, it's gonna be chaotic. It's just gonna be a whole new something. So you tell me that initially, even with the videos that you've watched, I've spoken about this in my videos like a couple of times, the African people, or rather let me say the slaves. Yes, so let's talk about the slave. So with the slaves, or rather the African people as a whole, they were not allowed to go to school. They were not allowed to go to school. They were not allowed to know how to write and read. But then they were allowed to know how to interpret the Bible and read that Bible. Something that I find really funny and manipulating at the same time. Because tell me why, even when these people are being asked, like, is it true that you know that Jesus was white? They don't have an answer to that. But now if you go to the biblical scriptures, there are like a lot of scriptures that describes Jesus like not being even close to white. This guy was not even a European or something like that. I've also spoken about the origin of man in my previous videos. I hope you've seen them. So, ladies and gentlemen, anytime that you have something that is going on and it doesn't favor the white people, it's normally a problem. If it doesn't favor them, it's normally a problem. Right now, most of the people are coming forth and they're saying like, who is this black Jesus? We don't want anything to do with this black Jesus. You remember when Putin opened the vaults, the gates of the vaults, and the whole world was shocked because that house, or rather something, it had the historical books, the historical symbols about Jesus and his disciples. And it was very shocking because most those pictures, they were showing people with olive skins, not white, olive skins. And when I'm talking about somebody who has like an olive skin, that person has like a black trait in them. Don't you think so? Yes. So now everyone knows the truth, and it is a bother. This thing is bothering a lot of white people, that Jesus does not belong to them alone. Jesus does not belong to them alone. So you ladies and gentlemen, tell me, what do you think about this story? You can put your comments down below the section and let me know. Do you think Jesus was black or Jesus was white at the same time? So ladies and gentlemen, if you're new here, my name is Yvonne. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always watching. And remember to subscribe, guys. Until next time.